Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live stream here on YouTube at Sports Bonanza John and on Kick at Sports Kick John. Well, it started over 4 weeks ago with 12 teams. We are now down to the final two for the national championship tonight. Miami Hurricanes, Indiana Hoosiers. 60 minutes of football away from crowning a national champion. We will preview this game in just a moment. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord, and please protect everyone tonight with all the high stakes. I know emotions are going to be high, so please look over everyone tonight, Lord. Please keep everyone safe and continue to do your will among all of us, Lord, as I ask and I pray this in your name. Amen. All right. Hurricanes and Hoosiers for the College Football Playoff National Championship. Miami looking for their 6th national championship in football. Indiana looking for title number 1. Miami coming in 13-2 on the season. They're the 10 seed in the College Football Playoff. Indiana 15-0, the number 1 seed. Mario Cristobal, Kurt Signetti. Coaching matchup for the Hurricanes and the Hoosiers. Down in Miami, it'll be a 60-degree evening. A little chilly for Miami standards down there at Hard Rock Stadium, but the place is packed. We are just about ready to go. This tournament started back on December the 19th, so about 4 weeks later, and we are down to the final two to crown a national champion. Looking at how these teams got here, Miami had to play in round number 1 down in College Station. What a windy afternoon that was down in College Station, Texas. Miami came out of that with a 10-3 win. Then they followed that up in the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Eve and took care of the number 2 seed Ohio State Buckeyes 24-14. Then went out to the Fiesta Bowl in an absolute classic, knocking off number 6 Ole Miss 31-27 to punch their ticket here to the national championship game. Meanwhile, for Indiana, as the number 1 seed, they had the opening round off. They played on New Year's Day in the quarterfinal round in the Rose Bowl and just demolished Alabama 38-3. They followed that up with a berth in the Peach Bowl in the semifinal and another thrashing as they knocked off their conference rival Oregon Ducks in that game, 56-22. So Indiana has not been challenged in this playoff so far. Of course, Miami had that epic game against Ole Miss, which they pulled off. So we will see if that is a factor. Indiana coming into this game, a 7.5-point favorite. That's about what it's been pretty much throughout since this matchup was determined. After the Peach Bowl has been right around that 7.5, 8-point range. Big 12 officiating crew tonight as the teams are getting set to take the field down in Miami Gardens, Florida at Hard Rock Stadium. Of course, Miami playing this national championship game on their home field at Hard Rock Stadium. Of course, that Peach Bowl down in Atlanta, it was about a 90% Indiana contingent down there for that game. That is not going to be the case in this one. Looks like about 60-40 crowd, Miami advantage as both teams getting set to take the field in Miami as we are just about to kick things off for the national championship. And here come the Hoosiers. A lot of Hoosier faithful going down to Miami, and they are making a lot of noise now. Here come the hometown Miami Hurricanes entering the field. Miami's been playing with a chip on their shoulder this whole playoff. A lot of people saying they did not deserve or belong to get in this college football playoff. I think they have more than proved that they are definitely a worthy representative in making the national championship game. They look for their first championship since 2001, their first championship in the playoff era. And Indiana came into the season as the losingest team in college football. And here they are as the Mendoza brothers, the quarterback brothers on Indiana, make a homecoming as they are from the Miami area. So it is hometown school against hometown kids in this national championship game. Ticket prices have been just through the roof, and as of this afternoon, they were still going for around $2,400 for the lowest price seat. So it is a big, big ticket down there in Miami. And the captains are just about to come out to midfield for the coin toss. Teams shaking hands in midfield before the coin toss. Michael Vandervelde, the referee tonight. This is a Big 12 officiating crew. So we'll get the coin toss here to see who wins the toss. So Indiana wins the toss. They will defer. So we will see Miami with the football first. So we will see Fernando Mendoza Carson Beck and the Miami offense on the field first, as the team's getting their final preparations on the sidelines before this national championship game gets underway. So here we go. We know the nerves are high. Now, here's a note. Defensive back Xavier Lucas for the Hurricanes, he will not play in the first half. He had that targeting penalty in the second half of the Fiesta Bowl against Ole Miss, so he will miss the first half tonight for Miami, which is still to this day is one of the dumbest rules in college football. I'm sorry. So here we go. Fans all standing. Towels are waving. And Indiana set to kick this football off to Miami to get this national championship game underway. The run-up, and here we go in the national championship game. Kickoff taken at the 1, across the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line, and down up at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Hurricanes will start their opening drive of this game. So Carson Beck 68% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception so far in the playoff. He had the game-winning rushing touchdown late in that semifinal win in the Fiesta Bowl against Ole Miss. And the Hurricanes have a first down and 10 from the 28-yard line to get this national championship game started. Carson Beck out of the shotgun on the first snap of the game, and it's a handoff, and this is a pretty good run on first down up the middle. That's near a first down for Miami. Gain of 9 on first down on the first carry of the game for Mark Fletcher Jr. Second down and 1. Second and 1 at the 37. Beck throws a screen pass right side. This will be a Miami first down, out of bounds around the 42-yard line. So 2 plays, and Miami gets a first down. First down for the Hurricanes. From the 43, this is a handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher will get a couple this time up to the 45, bringing up second down and 8. Second down and 8. Miami with the ball at their own 45, opening possession of the game. Beck looking. Beck still looking. Now rolling to his right and throws incomplete, out of bounds. Malachi Toney, the intended receiver, but that was basically just a throw out of bounds. And it'll be third down for Miami. So the first third down of this game. Hurricanes need 8. Hoosier fans making a lot of noise in the stands. Miami needs to get to the Indiana 47 for a first down. Beck throws over the middle to Toney, but that's going to be only a 3-yard gain. And the Hoosiers hold and will force Miami into a punt on the opening series of the game. So Miami gets 1 first down on the opening series, but the drive stalls after that. And we will see Miami punt. Dylan Joyce on to punt for the Hurricanes. Jonathan Brady back to receive for the Hoosiers, as here's the punt. Brady takes it, and fair catch at the 5. So Indiana backed up on their opening series of the game, and here comes Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, and that Indiana offense. An Indiana offense that has put up 94 points in their first 2 playoff games. Mendoza, 8 touchdown passes and just 5 incompletions through the first 2 playoff games. So Miami showed a little bit of life on that first offensive series, but the drive stalled after that initial first down. Fernando Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, homecoming for him from Miami. He's only a junior, so he could come back next season for the Hoosiers. This is an Indiana team this season. If you look back at the whole season schedule, their closest game, they had that game against Penn State where they needed that late touchdown to win. And they also had a 5-point win at Iowa. Outside of that, outside of the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State, they have not had a game outside of those 3 games that's been closer than 10 points the whole season. So this is an Indiana team that is not just winning games, they are blowing teams out all year long. And as mentioned, have had 2 non-competitive games in the playoffs so far. 38-3 over Alabama and 56-22 over Oregon. So should this game be tight late, Indiana would be a little bit unfamiliar territory for them. So how would they respond? Meanwhile, Miami, of course, had that nail-biting win, the late touchdown to beat Ole Miss in their semifinal game. So here we go. Indiana and Fernando Mendoza getting set to start their first offensive drive, although they are backed up. They are at their own 5-yard line. 12:16 to go in the opening quarter. First down for the Hoosiers from their own 5. Mendoza takes the snap. It's a throw to the left side. Pass is caught. And this will be a gain across the 10. And a first down for Indiana and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Completion on the first offensive series for Omar Cooper Jr. And that gets Indiana out of the shadow of their goal line, out to the 15-yard line. First down, Indiana. And this will be a handoff on first down, and this will be a minimal gain of a couple of yards on first down for Roman Hemby. Good job that time for the Miami defense to limit the gain to 2. Second down and 8. From the 17. Mendoza looks left side. There's Hemby, but he's met immediately after only a 1-yard gain. And the Hoosiers will have a 3rd and long. Third down and 7. And here come the Miami fans getting loud. Football at the 18-yard line. Mendoza, high snap. Here comes the pressure. Mendoza rolling right and will heave it out of bounds. And the Hoosiers are going to have to punt from deep in their own territory as they pick up 1 first down on the opening drive. Just like Miami, but just like Miami, drive stalls after that. And Miami should get pretty good field position out of this. So Indiana to punt from inside their 10. Mitch McCarthy on to punt. Malachi Tony back at the 33 to receive it for Miami. Across the 40, Tony out to the 42-yard line. So good starting field position for the Hurricanes on their second drive. We do have our first flag come in at the end of this play. Again, Big 12 officiating crew tonight for this championship game. It'll be a hold on Miami on the return, so that will knock them back. Mario Cristobal not too pleased with that call, expressing his displeasure to the side judge. So Miami about to get their second possession of the game, although not in the field position they had hoped. So it will be Miami with their second possession of the game. They're showing two of my favorite commercials on here right now. So both teams able to pick up one first down on their initial drives, but that is it, as both teams' opening drive end in punts. Again, Miami looking for their first championship in the playoff era, their sixth national championship overall. In Indiana, this is, for Indiana football, this is an area that they, as early as of 2 years ago, I don't think anybody in their wildest dreams thought they would see. This is an Indiana football team that, as of recently as 2 years ago, as I mentioned, they were struggling to get Memorial Stadium there in Bloomington half full. And now it is just Hoosier mania around not just Bloomington, but the entire state of Indiana. As this football team has them very excited in the state of Indiana and just one win away from a national championship. So here we go. Miami's second possession of the game. Looks like they're going to start it back at their own 23-yard line after the penalty. This crowd has been electric all day long in Miami. First down, Hurricanes at the 23. And Beck with a handoff to Fletcher, and Fletcher will get across the 25 up to the 27. That's a gain of 4 for Mark Fletcher, bringing up second down and 6. 5 minutes into this first quarter. Second and 6 for Miami from the 27. Man in motion here for Miami. And here's another handoff. And this time it's going to be only a 1-yard pickup on second down. Good job that time by the Indiana defense, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for Miami. Third down and 5 for the Hurricanes. Football at the 28-yard line. Beck down to 5 on the play clock. Beck takes the snap. Beck looking. Beck still looking. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Nice defensive play by the Hoosiers. Lewis Moore got a hand in there to knock that ball away. And it's a 3 and out for Miami on their second drive. Keelan Marion was the intended receiver, but Lewis Moore got his hand in there to knock it away. And here's the punt. Fair catch made at the 29-yard line, and that's where the Hoosiers will start their second drive of the game. So we've had 3 possessions and 3 punts so far in this game. As the defenses are doing their job early on both sides. $8:48 to play in this opening quarter. A 60-degree evening at Hard Rock Stadium. First down, Indiana at the 29. Mendoza will take the first down snap. Mendoza looking to pass. Mendoza now going to his right. Now Mendoza in a little bit of trouble and will heave it downfield and out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. There is a flag on the play, so we'll see what the flag's about. Here's the call. Holding on Indiana, so that will push them back 10 yards. They got Khalil Benson, the offensive lineman, on the hold. So that'll make it 1st and 20 back at the 19 for Indiana. Mendoza to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. And a big gainer across the 30, 35, 40. First down, Hoosiers out to the 44-yard line. 25-yard pass from Mendoza to Omar Cooper Jr. on 1st and 20. Couple missed tackles in there for Miami, and Omar Cooper Jr. took advantage. First down up to the 44. This is a handoff this time, and up the middle, this will be a gain of 5 up near midfield to the 49-yard line. First carry of the game for Kalon Black. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Indiana. Midway point, opening quarter. 2nd and 5 at the 49. And we've got movement before the snap. This will be a false start on Indiana. Move it back to 2nd and 10 now. Yep, little bit of an early jump there. Bray Lynch got a little bit of an early jump for the Hoosiers. So 2nd and 10, back at the 44. Left side, the pass is complete to Surratt, his first catch of the game, and he'll go out of bounds into Miami territory right at the first down marker. They give Surratt the first down at the Miami 46. It's another handoff on first down. That's Hemby, and Hemby gets up to the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down and 6. Second and 6 at the 42. Mendoza on 2nd and 6. Mendoza looking, throws, first down, Indiana. Inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on 2nd and 6. Riley Nowakowski, the senior tight end out of Milwaukee, with the reception and a Hoosier first down. First down, Indiana, from the 33 of Miami. Hoosiers threatening to dent the scoreboard first. That's a completion to Surratt, and he goes out of bounds around the 28. That'll be a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Indiana. Down under 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Mendoza hit as he throws, incomplete. There was a blitz coming, and Mendoza just able to get rid of it before getting popped, and it's 3rd down. Mendoza lucky he got rid of that, and it's just incomplete because Mohamed Toure just broke right through that line of Indiana untouched and got to Mendoza. 3rd down and 5. Handoff, and it'll be a first down for Indiana up to the 20-yard line. Hoosiers into the red zone. Kalon Black picks up the first down. First down, Indiana, right at the Miami 20. Hoosiers threatening to score on their second offensive series. This is another handoff to Black, and Black will pick up a couple up to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Second down and 8. Man, Mendoza took another hit right there, right after the handoff. 10th play of the drive for Indiana. On 2nd and 8, Mendoza will keep it this time and run for a couple of yards before he's met by 2 or 3 Miami defenders. And it'll be 3rd down and medium now, 3rd down and 6 for the Hoosiers. Third down and 6. Football at the Miami 16. This drive now over 6 minutes long for the Hoosiers. Mendoza on 3rd and 6, throwing to the end zone, incomplete, into coverage. Charlie Becker, the intended receiver, but Federic Jr. with the defensive play for Miami, and the Hoosiers will have to settle for a field goal try. This will be a 34-yard field goal attempt to get the Hoosiers on the board first. Snap is good, kick is away, and the kick is right through the uprights, and the Hoosiers draw first blood in this national championship game with a 34-yard field goal. Long drive for Indiana, and they settle for a field goal to lead 3-0 with 2:35 to play in the opening quarter. That was a 12-play, 55-yard drive. Took over 6 minutes on that drive, 6 minutes, 6 seconds to be exact. And it ends in a 34-yard field goal to get the Hoosiers on the board, 3-0. Nico Radicic put in the field goal from 34. So Miami will have their third offensive possession, now trailing 3-0. Late stages here of this opening quarter in this national championship game. Hoosiers with 83 total yards. Miami held to just 25 yards so far on their 2 drives. Had 3 penalties called in this first quarter. So Indiana will set to kick this football back to Miami. And let's see if Miami can get something going. Only been able to muster 1 first down so far on their 2 drives. And as I said, just 25 yards of offense so far. Hey, Mendoza got himself beat up a little bit there on that drive for Indiana. Bloody lip already for Mendoza. Indiana kicks it off. And this is taken at the 1, across the 10, 15, 20, 25, and dropped at the 26. And that's where Miami will start drive number 3. So how will Miami find a way to get some offense past this Indiana defense right now. All right, so here we go. Miami set to take the field on offense for the third time, as they will have a first down at their own 26. .236 remaining in this opening quarter. Beck on first down, takes the snap. Beck drops back. Beck throws right side. Tipped and incomplete. Dangerous throw into traffic there by Beck, and it's second down and 10 for Miami. Oh, boy. Second and 10. Beck throwing right side. There's another knockaway, incomplete. Again, the Indiana defense with a good defensive play. Elijah Hardy knocked the ball away on first down. This time on second down, it was D'Angelo Pons that knocked the ball away. Also a homecoming for him, a junior out of Miami. Third down and 10 for the Hurricanes. Beck on third down and 10. Beck drops back. Beck is going to be sacked. Back inside the 20. And Miami 3 and out once again. My goodness. Aiden Fisher on the sack. Senior out of Fredericksburg, Maryland. Playing in his final collegiate game. And he gets a sack of Carson Beck. And the Hurricanes 3 and out for the second straight drive. And this punt is a bit of a shank, although it takes a nice Miami roll and down at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Hoosiers will start their next drive of the game. Minute 38 to go in this opening quarter. A first quarter that has seen Miami put up just 18 yards of offense. So right back onto the field comes this Hoosier offense. First down at the 27. Mendoza, the handoff to Hemby. Hemby's going to get hit for a big loss in the backfield and dropped at the 21-yard line. A big play by the Miami defense, a play they needed. Reuben Bain Jr. got that tackle on Hemby for a 6-yard loss. 2nd and 16. Here's another handoff to Hemby, and then he's going to be stuffed again after only a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and long coming up for the Hoosiers, 3rd and 15, as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Third down and 15 for Indiana. Final half minute, first quarter. Football at the 22-yard line. Hoosiers will have to snap it before the quarter ends. Down to 3 on the play clock. Mendoza with a short pass that Hemby has a long way to go, and he's only going to get 4 yards, and Indiana goes 3 and out. And that play will take us to the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books in the national championship game. Indiana leads Miami 3-0. But Miami comes up with a big defensive stand here to force an Indiana punt, which will come to begin the second quarter. Taking a look at the stats after one quarter. 83 yards of offense for Indiana, as I said, just 18 for Miami. 3 penalties in that first quarter, 2 against the Hoosiers for 15 yards, 1 against Miami for 10 yards. Hoosiers held the ball for 9.5 minutes to Miami's 5.5 minutes. 5 first downs for Indiana, just 1 for Miami. As Miami could do absolutely nothing against that Indiana defense. Fernando Mendoza in that first quarter for Indiana, 7 of 10 for 67 yards. 7 completions went to 4 different receivers. Omar Cooper Jr., 2 catches, 36 yards. Elijah Surratt, 2 catches for 16 yards. And Roman Hemby caught 2 passes for 6 yards. Riley Nowakowski, 1 catch for 9 yards. For Miami, Carson Beck just 2 of 6 for 9 yards passing. In that first quarter, both receptions for Malachi Toney as he continues to add to his single-season receptions record at Miami for Malachi Toney. Running the football, Mark Fletcher Jr. rushed it 4 times for 16 yards, but that is it for Miami. But they do get a 3 and out here and will force an Indiana punt, so Miami should get pretty good field position when we get underway here in the second quarter. Excuse me. So Miami, maybe this 3 and out defensive effort will get some life into their offense here an offense that's only picked up 1 first down, and that was on the first drive of the game. Not a lot of teams have been able to do much against this Indiana defense, and Miami continuing that trend after 1 quarter. So quarter number 2 set to begin with an Indiana punt. Punt taken at the 27 and returnable, but not far, as Fletcher, he got out of a tackle, and he's going to end up making a little bit more than he should have, as he's all the way up to the 42-yard line. Indiana had him tackled back just across the 30, but Fletcher got out of it and picked up about 10 extra yards, so Miami has excellent field position. Oh, actually, I think this is coming back. Fletcher actually looked like he was down at the 31. Indiana coach Curt Cignetti over on the sideline having a talk with his Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. So they do mark this football at the 31. They do say Fletcher was down at the 31, and he was when showed that replay. So first down for Miami. Drive number 4 for the Hurricanes. Starts at their own 31. It's a handoff on first down, and this is going for only a yard up to the 32. Second down and 9 coming up. Second and 9 at the 32. Beck looking, throws, pass complete, and that'll get up to the 38, maybe the 39-yard line, setting up third down and short for the Hurricanes. First reception of the game for C.J. Daniels. Third down and 2. They mark it at the 39-yard line. And here's a handoff and stuffed. The Indiana defense on 3rd and 2 stuffs the run. And it looks like for the 3rd straight series, Miami's going to go 3 and out. So 4 possessions, now 4 punts for Miami. And a fair catch at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Hoosiers will start this next drive with 12:57 remaining in quarter number 2. You will see that Indiana offense back out on the field. Where the Hurricanes going to have to somehow, some way, get some offense going, as they have done absolutely nothing against this Indiana defense. An Indiana defense that only allowed 3 points to Alabama. Oregon did put 22 up on Indiana, but a lot of the second, third, and fourth string defense was in for a lot of that second half for Indiana in that semifinal game. Miami defense has done a pretty good job keeping the Hurricanes in this right now, limiting Indiana to just a field goal. Update on the live stream schedule for me. This game is not set in stone, but I'm going to try my best to be on tomorrow night for a live stream of some college basketball. The undefeated and now ranked Miami of Ohio Redhawks, they get in the poll this week at number 25 at 19-0 on the season. The Redhawks will be taking on the Golden Flashes of Kent State. That is 7 o'clock tomorrow. Again, that game not set in stone for sure, but I will try to be on for that college basketball live stream tomorrow between Miami of Ohio and Kent State. Want to try to get on there because Miami of Ohio getting ranked in the poll for the first time. So I want to try to get on with that game tomorrow with the Redhawks as a now ranked team. So that is the tentative plan for the next live stream on the page tomorrow on YouTube and Kick. And here, when we come out of the commercial timeout, it'll be the Hoosiers' first down and 10 at the 15-yard line, following the fourth Miami punt. See if the Miami defense can step up again and hold the Hoosiers like they did first couple series. First down for Indiana, 12:57 to go, second quarter. Mendoza takes the snap and throws left side pass caught by Surratt. Surratt's got a first down and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 12 to Elijah Surratt and a first down for Indiana. Sixth Indiana first down. Football up to the 27. Mendoza throws over the middle, incomplete, off the hands of Surratt this time, and it'll be second down and 10. It's good defensive play again there for Miami. Second down and 10. Mendoza right side, pass caught. Nowakowski with the reception, and he will be brought down a couple yards shy of the first down, setting up third down and 2 now for the Hoosiers. At the 35-yard line. Third down, Hoosiers need 2. From the 35. Mendoza with the handoff, and this will be a first down for Indiana on the carry for Kalon Black. On 3rd and 2, Black picks up 4, and that'll move the chains for the Hoosiers. First down, Indiana, as the drive continues. They've moved the ball up to the 39. And here's another handoff, and this time it's to Hemby, and Hemby's tripped up after a gain of a yard, maybe two, to the 41. Second down coming up for Indiana. They do mark it at the 40, so it'll be second down and 9. High snap to Mendoza, and here's another handoff to Hemby, and Hemby will pick up 3 up to the 43, setting up now third and medium, third down and 6. Hoosiers hurrying up here on third down 6. Mendoza throws off balance, incomplete. Oh, they're going to get OJ Federico, I think, for pass interference. Mario Cristobal not happy with that call. It is going to be pass interference on Miami. So the drive stays alive on the pass interference. First down at the Miami 46. This is a handoff, and Hemby is met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 3. Ahmad Moten Sr. with the tackle of Hemby and the loss on first down. Second and 13, back at the 49. 9.5 to go, second quarter. Mendoza, high snap again. And here's a run to Hemby, and he's only going to get a yard. And it'll be third down and long for Indiana. Third down and 12. Hoosiers need to get to the Miami 36 for a first down. And timeouts before this third down play. With 9:08 remaining in the second quarter. Timeout called by Indiana. So they will be left with 2. So what will the Hoosiers do here on third and 12? So following, when we come out of the Indiana timeout, it'll be third down and 12 from the Miami 48. Third down and 12 from the 48 as we are set to resume again here. Definite passing situation here, you would think. Although Kalon Black is in the backfield with Mendoza. Mendoza throws too high, incomplete. Another flag on the play. Mendoza took a hit. And the officials are discussing it. It's offsides against Miami, so that will make it 3rd and 7. Well, hello, Todd. They're in the live chat. Jacoby Thomas should have been ejected. Well, they're going to tend to let those go a little bit more in a championship game. So now it's 3rd and 7 as the Hoosiers get a gift 5 on the offsides. Here's a handoff. This is a first down and more. Kalon Black inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Big gain on 3rd down and a Hoosier first down. Hoosiers in the hurry up once again. And it's a screen pass on first down to the right side into Omar Cooper, and he will be brought down at the 20. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Indiana. Down to 8:20 and counting here in the second quarter. Hoosiers have moved the football to the Miami 20. 11th play of this drive coming up. Mendoza throws right side. That's caught. That's another first down. Charlie Becker's first reception, and he's in for the touchdown. Becker took a couple Miami tacklers with him and gets in the end zone for the first touchdown of the night for Indiana. Although this is going to be coming back. Sure looked like Becker's toe was out of bounds around the 5. You look here. Yeah, I think he's out of bounds around the 6. So I think this touchdown's going to come off the board. So for now, it's a Charlie Becker touchdown, but I think this is going to be coming back to the 6-yard line. So this play is under review, as all scoring plays are automatically reviewed anyway. And this is coming back after the review. So touchdown off the board, at least for the moment. But it'll still be 1st and goal for Indiana. First and goal from the 6. These fans have not sat down this whole game. First and goal at the 6 for the Hoosiers. Handoff up the middle, and this won't be much as this will go to the 4. It'll be second and goal for Indiana. Midway point of the second quarter. Thirteenth play of the drive coming up. The previous scoring drive for Indiana, the drive was over 6 minutes long. This one's going to be over 6 minutes as well. Second and goal from the 4. Handoff again to Kalon Black, and Black is going to be brought down around the 1. It'll be third and goal, Indiana. Third and goal. Hoosiers a yard away from the end zone. Mendoza's going under center this time, and now we have a whistle and a timeout with 6:17 to play in the second quarter. Miami calls this timeout. Well, Hollywood West in a live chat. Hello, Hollywood. Good to hear. I hadn't heard from you for a couple games. Good to hear from you again. So with 6:17 to go in the second quarter, Hoosiers are going to have a third and goal from the 1-yard line. Trying to punch it in the end zone for the first time tonight. Hoosiers now up to 150 yards of offense. The Hoosiers have had the ball for almost 16 minutes here in this first half. 2 long drives, 2 drives that have been over 6 minutes long. First one resulted in a field goal. The Hoosiers looking to punch it in the end zone this time. Hollywood been working a lot. Yeah, me too. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Mendoza currently 11 of 15 in this first half, 104 yards. Kalon Black, the leading rusher for the Hoosiers. He's got 43 yards on 7 carries in this first half. Miami, meanwhile, been held to 26 yards of offense in the first half. Credit the Hoosier defense. Miami's only had the ball a little bit over 6 minutes all half. So here we go. Third and goal from the 1 for Indiana. And Kurt Signetti with his normal happy smiley face on the sideline. 3rd and goal. Mendoza hands it off, and Riley Nowakowski takes the handoff, and in he goes for the Hoosier touchdown. A 14-play, 85-yard drive is finished off with a Riley Nowakowski 1-yard touchdown run. Radicic to add the extra point. Up and good, and it is 10-0 Indiana with 6:13 to play in the second quarter. So now Miami in a double-digit hole. So the Hoosiers set to kick this ball off. Here's the kick. And this will be a touchback, and Miami will get it at the 25, needing to find some kind of offense, as they picked up 1 first down on their initial drive, but they've gone 3 and out their last 3. First down at the 25-yard line. It's a handoff on first down, and this will be a decent gain of 5 yards on first down. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Miami. Now some pushing and shoving after the play. Second and 5 for the Hurricanes. Boy, Fletcher looks like he's a little fired up. He needs to get, and teammates telling him, get back in the huddle. Second and 5, Miami from the 30. Beck, here's another handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher tripped up at the 33. Looked like he was going to have a sure first down, but got tripped up. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Hurricane. 3rd and about 1.5 yards, actually. Third down for the Hurricanes. They need about 1.5 yards, and it'll be a keep, man. He's not going to get there. The Indiana defense holds firm again. And Miami, for the 4th consecutive drive, is going to go 3 and out unless they roll the dice here and go for it on 4th and 1 at their own 34, which I don't think I would do. But Miami does have the offense out there. You need a full yard on 4th down. If you don't get this, you're giving Indiana the ball inside your 35. And Fletcher! It depends on the spot. He's close. Indiana thinks they held. It's going to depend on the spot. If he got it, he just got it. And they say 1st down. He just got it. Kurt Signetti's not so sure. And let's see on the replay. Fletcher, where's the ball? Yeah, I think he's got it. He's right at the 35. It looked like a good spot. 1st down at the 35. Only the 2nd 1st down of the game for Miami. Throw to an open receiver. And the Hurricanes are down to the Indiana 40. The biggest offensive play of the night for Miami goes for 25 yards. C.J. Daniels with the reception of 25 yards. Maybe the Miami offense has some life in them here. Down under 3 minutes. Miami could really use a score here because Indiana's going to get the ball to start the second half. Screen pass to Malachi Toney. And Toney's going to be brought down at the 38. That'll be a gain of 2. Miami does not have to snap it again before the 2-minute timeout if they don't want to. It doesn't look like Miami's going to be in a hurry to get a snap off here before the 2-minute timeout. And they will not. We have hit the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. Their first real scoring chance of this game. Trying to get on the board and get back in this before halftime. It's 10-0 Indiana. Miami will have a 2nd and 8 from the Hoosier 38-yard line. So by far, Miami's best offensive drive of the game so far. Trying to get at least 3 here before the half. Do want to mention at the half, these half times are so long in these playoff games. So at the half, I'm going to be signing off for about 20 minutes or so. I will be back right before the second half, run down some first half stats, and get you ready for the final 30 minutes to crown a college football national champion. But there will be a brief stoppage of the live stream at halftime. I have to go fill my drink at the half anyway. This is the 3rd game I've done in the last 2 days. The voice is getting a little scratchy, so I have to refresh. So can Miami get on the board here before the half to try to claw back in this game? Hoosiers got a field goal back in the first quarter by Radicic from 34 yards to take a 3-0 lead. And then on this last drive, a Riley Nowakowski 1-yard touchdown run has extended the lead to 10-0. Some people said this might be a low-score game. Yeah, I mean, the over-under coming in was only 46.5, so that's a lot of here. This is Fletcher on 2nd and 8 going nowhere as he is tackled. D'Angelo Pons with the tackle for Indiana, and it's 3rd down and 8 for Miami. Final 100 seconds of the second quarter. 3rd down, 8 for the Hurricanes. Probably 4-down territory. Miami has not converted a 3rd down yet in this game. They're 0 for 5. Beck, screen pass left side, and this will be short of the 1st down by about 2 yards. So what will Miami do? This would be about a 49-yard field goal from here. Looks like Mario Cristobal is going to leave the offense out on the field on 4th and 2. Clock running down to a minute. Miami's going to take this all the way down and take a timeout, I think. Miami, this is an interesting stat. Miami 4 for 4 on 4th down conversions in the playoffs. And Miami does run the play clock to 1 and take a timeout with 38 seconds to play. So Miami will discuss what to do here on 4th down and 2. As I said, it'd be about a 49-yard field goal from this spot. Missed the first attempt. They are going to try to kick it. This will be officially from 50 to get Miami on the board. Snap is good. Kick away, and the kick is no good. He hooked it to the right. And it stays 10-0 with 33 seconds. Just pulled to the right. Had plenty of distance. Actually, hit the upright, actually. Good call there, Hollywood West. And now with 33 seconds, let's see if the Hoosiers will try to go downfield here from their own 32. This is just going to be a handoff to Roman Hemby, and Hemby will pick up 5. And it looks like Indiana's just going to be content to go to the locker room with a 10-point lead, as they will not have to snap it again if they don't want to in this first half. And nobody's calling any timeouts. One more snap here. Mendoza throws, pass complete at the 50 to Charlie Becker with 3 seconds. The clock will stop to move the chains. If you're Indiana, why not use a timeout here? And here they will with 3 seconds as they drove the ball down to midfield. Must have jinxed them. Yeah, you must have. I think you did. So Indiana here calls a timeout with 3 seconds. This would be asking a lot. This would be a 67-yard field goal from here. So we may just see what kind of arm Mendoza has. We saw Cam Little in the NFL game kick one from 67 this year. This would be, I mean, truthfully, it would be the final play of the first half. I'm actually not sure what you'd have to lose, but Indiana keeping the offense out. They have actually put 2 seconds back on the clock, so there's now 5 seconds. Final play, first half. Mendoza lets it go to the end zone, and it is picked off. And that's how the first half will come to a close. 10-0, Indiana, 30 minutes away from their first football national championship. And Indiana will get the football to start half number 2. "30 minutes in the books." Yeah, I agree. Why not try yet a 60 final play of the half? I think may have given it a shot there, but it is a Hoosier lead of 10-0 halfway through it. Again, folks, I am going to briefly pause. These are long extended half times here in the playoffs, so I'm going to briefly stop the live stream here for about 20 minutes or so. I'm going to be back on just prior to the second half. We'll run down first half stats, get you ready for the second 30 minutes of play, 30 minutes to decide a national champion. Hoosiers lead it at the break, 10-0 over Miami. Everybody that's with me on the live stream, stay with me. Come on back here in about 20 minutes. I will be back, but I am going to sign off here for a few minutes and talk to you here in about 20 minutes for half number 2 between the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes.